All right, as always, here's the risk disclosure. Trading futures is risky. Know what you're doing before you do it, and you can lose all your money. Also, this live stream is not financial advice. It is for educational purposes only, and the live stream is not intended to copy my trades. Good morning, everybody. Morning, Jim. Happy Wednesday. Bunch of news again. Morning, Jimmy. Maybe another day of patience and not much happening. We'll see after this news. There was already a big drop after the London Open. Couple 100 points, it looks like. Yeah. We have a lot of volume on this contract, but yeah, it'll probably be towards the end of the week before it's all transferred over. Yeah, I saw that. Credit Suisse, I think it's 20% now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's a big issue going on. Yeah, it's about 25% down now. Looking at an article right here that says one of their key backers says there's no more money, that they are out of money. That is not good. Pre-market down 26.2% and dropping. Morning, Vegas. Morning, Jean. There we have it right there. It's fluctuating between 25.8 and 26.2% right now. Man, look at that. Yep. When a key backer says you have no more money, it's not good. Got about 5 minutes left till the news. We at least have more liquidity right now. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think so too. Unknown trader. We'll see how far the Fed's going to keep stepping in, but yeah, it's domino effect potentially has a big effect. I'm not expecting any more rate hikes because of this as well. Yeah, it could very well could be like yesterday. We'll see. So again, going into your trading session with the expectation of probably not going to take a trade is good. That way you don't get antsy and, want to click buttons. And then if something comes up or it looks good, then great. Yep. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Have any of you been checking out the Lorex, the new Lorex detector throughout the day yesterday? I think there was a few good ones, a few winners yesterday on that. I don't know if anybody, I know Vegas uses the Lorex, and Jeff, I don't know if he's on here right now. Click over to YM real quick. Yeah. Nice. Some good ones yesterday. Yeah, like check this one out. Well, this was this morning. 549 YM. Full flame with the blue. Right off a deviation. That thing ran. So I'm saying so far, the ones with the blue, this new edition, I've been seeing most of them going for at least 20 ticks or until the next order print. Yeah. Well, hey, I appreciate you hanging in here, Unknown Trader. It's always good having you in here. Let's see. Here's another one yesterday morning. Full Flame ETX ODD. It was a winner. Had a deviation there, so there was reason for it to stop there in an uptrend, but a nice little scalp. One right before it, same thing. Not the blue, but had a full flame ODD. Another little winner. That one went for 15, 16 ticks. That was in chop. Yeah, a few good ones. That's just YM. I'm sure RTY had some. Yeah, I'm considering so I just bought a laptop, trading laptop. And I'm going to take it with me throughout my day and see if I can get some lunchtime trades on my other accounts later. The laptop comes in Saturday, so next week. And I'm considering looking for some Lorexes. Maybe grab a couple accounts and just do some Lorexes on there. All right, news should be coming out any minute now, within seconds. Yeah, exactly, Sean. That, and sometimes some days are better for some of the strategies and some days are better for others. And it's nice having options for sure. You never just stuck unless you just choose one option, which that's been me because of my only trading during the pre-market. So that's why I stuck with LRE and simplicity, because there's, more of those pre-market. But yeah, throughout the day, there's definitely opportunities for everything.
Potential SLZ on NQ. SLZ on NQ. Double cluster NQ. Double cluster NQ. Double cluster NQ. Potential OP rejection on NQ. Double cluster NQ. Double cluster YN.
Morning, Todd. Yeah, I'm just trying to waiting to see if this makes a decision. Like yesterday, it didn't ever make a decision on what it wanted to do, and it just stayed pretty ugly. So I definitely won't be, just like I said yesterday, I won't be taking any simplicity entries because, they could definitely be fake outs. So I'll wait for a nice established trend if it happens, and then just wait for an LRE.
Double cluster YN.
liquidity is on the low side. I wouldn't say it's it's not it's pretty low, but it's not as bad as it has been. So looking at NQ here, you can still see a lot of single digits and some zeros in there. So it's low for sure. Like right here, this bar, that's low. Simplicity short is going on now. See if it breaks out the bottom of this. See, here's two big spiking bars down. Morning, Peter. So 30 tick chart. You can see, that's to the left. That's the bottom. A couple paws down here. Just laid a new paw. So see if it continues or not. Yeah. 50 tick chart. Looking left. We're at the bottom. The recent bottom. Our low of the day is 12.096.75. So we still got a little ways to go before we hit the low. I don't think so. If you are going to trade an LRE this morning, I wouldn't use a 15 tick stop today. I probably need a little more room, like a 20 tick. So that's what I'm going to use. And actually, I need to adjust. Yeah, 15 tick stop could, whenever NQ is moving normal pre-market conditions where it's not moving too fast, but it's decent, then that's what I tested my 15 tick stop on. But when it's moving like this, it can knock you out pretty easy. It's definitely a 20. But see, it's getting hung up right in this area. So I definitely need it to continue short before taking an LRE short. You can see we have double clusters here. Some order prints forming in this area. When simplicity gets a little choppy and sideways like this, like I wouldn't take a pullback up here. Just because then it has to come back down into that. And I don't want to have to do that. Okay, now it's continuing its way down. We have 25% ODD on the 30 tick. But if it makes its way back up here to where an LRE would be now, I'd probably take it because that's where those double clusters are. Let's see what happens here. It's in these double clusters. LRE now would be right at this ZOI. And we're at the -1 dev. Double clusters now on the 30 tick. It's getting a little sideways now, so I'm not going to take an LRE. And I really don't like the market conditions right now because this thing could just like shoot up and it seems pretty unstable. Let me look at YM. See, I just don't like all this skippy. It's skippy. It's because liquidity is still low. So I'm not going to trade it. Things may work, but for the moment, whenever it's just skippy like this, I've had bad experiences with that. And I mean, YM is below the 1.5 dev. Look at that. It's way down. Yeah, that's right. And now, see, we do have 30 on the 30 tick. This double cluster right here, some choppiness. It did make a big move down. So for the moment, that triple clusters now, this could spell the end of this move. I mean, we have this whole Credit Suisse thing happening right now too, so, and the news, so anything can happen, but I don't trust taking an LRE right now. 50 tick chart could be a chop, 4-bar chop. So here's a pullback here. Would have won, but I would have got in probably about 146, 147, and yeah, I wouldn't have got stopped out. So would have won, but I just don't like this market right now. And those triple clusters there's no way I'm taking that. Ten tick is clearly sideways. Triple clusters on the 30 tick. Yeah. Market is just skipping. Like, just very skippy. Zippy. You can see, look at the simplicity chart here. 2 big bars, a little bit of choppiness going sideways. Big bar, choppiness going sideways. Now this might actually go down. If this 30 tick bar closes short with this mini magnet, probably push it right down. But yeah, not doing anything with that. There it goes, pushing it down. I mean, almost to the deviation. Dang, might get another mini magnet. Oh, went away. There it goes. YM might be getting another short here. Oh, I almost hopped in it, but it went away. It didn't go away, but it went too fast. Looking at YM here. YM's a little skippy itself too. It's a big bar down. YM. So we don't take an entry on a big bar because they typically will retrace. Yeah, I'm gonna wait it out a little bit. Give it a few more minutes and see. I've got some HD on the 30 tick right here. 150%. Right at those triple clusters again. But, I mean, I'm just not getting a real good read right now. It's not. I mean, this is the type of day right now that, I mean, pretty much like I said yesterday too, you can hop in something and look great and then wham, just go right against you with a big bar. Like this bar, if you think it's going to start going long or something, and then bam, a big bar hits you, wipe you out. That's correct, Jean. So as long as you have the tab, don't have two copiers open, just the one copier, and then the one copier, and then as long as you have the instrument selected, it's only going to take it for that instrument. Yeah, you're good as long as you have different instruments. Simplicity is going long for NQ right now. Let me see what YM's looking like. YM is long as well. Settling down a little bit for the moment, at least. We have an LRE here, but I'm not taking this one either because 30 tick chart has double clusters right here where our entry would be. Or our entry, we'd have to go back into those double clusters. So, plus, I'm not fully convinced this is going to continue long anyways. Which, glad I skipped it because it wouldn't have worked. 44, yeah, would have been knocked out of that one. Oh, yeah, Mark. Yeah, what Mark said, I've had that happen. And it sucks, trust me. So, yeah, be careful of that. I was so confused whenever that happened. I took a trade and it lost so much. Yeah. I was like, what's going on? Because it was just taking orders. It just like kept taking orders. I'm like, oh my God. It was horrible. And then I finally figured it out when I clicked my button down here and started looking at all my tabs open. And I saw a couple copiers. And I was like, oh my God. All right, seems like it's settling down a little bit. It's not as skippy. So, see where it goes from here. Got a 4-bar chop on NQ now. Well, almost on the 50 tick. There we go. 4-bar chop. 30 tick is looking like this. Had a little bit of second hit on this COI with 16%. Another cluster here. Have these clusters here to the left still. So let's see if this goes short. We do have these double dynamic magnets here. This may go short. But a breakout bar would be at 131.50, which is right below the double dynamic bars or dynamic magnets. And then the deviation is right there. So I wouldn't be taking an entry right in that area because it could just get rejected. YM might be going short. Well, no, right where the entry on YM would be to the left, these double clusters and double mini magnets right here, right at the entry. So I would not take this entry on YM. I'd wait to see if it goes through and then get an LRE, which it looks like it's going through. Yeah, it's definitely going through.
Potential TX on NQ.
NQ just gave its short entry with the breakout bar, but like I said, it's right there at the dynamic magnet. Because there's the dynamic magnet right here where this purple ZOI is. And it's immediately getting rejected. So also you wouldn't want to take the YM because NQ typically leads. And if NQ gets stuck, YM will probably get stuck.
Double cluster NQ.
It's about to be 9 o'clock, so we're getting more volume coming in. There's a whole lot of volume on NQ right now. A little over 190,000. It's a lot.
Double cluster NQ. Potential TX on YM. Trapped orders with exhaustion box on YM.
I do have two of them on adapters because I have 6 monitors. 4 plug into my graphics card, and then 2 of them I do use a USB HDMI adapter. Yeah. The one I found that works the best is it's called a J5 Create. You can pick it up on Amazon for like $30. Yeah, J5 Create. That one works really good. Yep, that's it. Yeah, because I tried some other ones and they just didn't work. But apparently these have literally a mini video card built into it, and it'll work at 60 hertz So, of course, it's not the best, but for trading, it's just fine. Like, I don't have any distortion or anything on my screens. And it runs, yeah, and it's fast. I don't have any lag on them, so. All right. Yeah, I guess I never paid attention if it gets warm or not.
Potential OP rejection on adhere.
Yeah, these J5s, they do have a single, 2-in-1, 4-in-1. Yeah, that's what my mom. She has like 10 monitors, and she runs a 4-in-1. Also works perfectly fine. Although the doubles, it will split. So, for example, they run 60 hertz or whatever. But if you have a double, so that's why I went 2 singles, because if you have a double, it'll split it 30 hertz per screen instead of 60 per screen. So I went single on each screen versus a double.
Double cluster YM.
Yeah, so market has slowed down, but also it has stopped running anywhere as far as trending. So I'll give it about another 10 minutes or so to see if there's gives me anything. If not, then I'll just wait for tomorrow. What kind of news do we have tomorrow? Tomorrow we just have unemployment claims, Philly Fed, manufacturing, building permits, and housing. So some news, nothing too crazy except for unemployment, but it shouldn't be untradeable. We'll see, unless if Credit Suisse completely goes under today or something. Actually, I'm curious if it's moved anymore. It was at 26% earlier, loss. Yep, it's at almost 28% now. $27.88. To be interesting to watch today. All right. Let's see. Might get an early entry short that I would not take. Simplicity chart here. Right into the gap level. Still have these double. Actually, that might be triple. Yeah, it's triple dynamic magnets. Double here, one here, ZOI. Deviation, ZOI. Sorry, Mark. So there is an early entry simplicity short going on now. But because of all those obstructions, I'd wait. See if we can get an LRE somewhere. But we are getting closer to the open, so there is the risk for a fake out or chop. You know, I mean, you can see the 30 ticks kind of in a zone right now. Let's see what YM's doing. Yeah, I'm just not going to take anything. I don't like these market conditions right now. Plus, it's 9:08, so yeah, I'd hate to take a loss at the very end of my trading session. And I think I mentioned it. I have 3 50K accounts that are very close to being funded, so that I'm copying this account to, and I don't want to mess those up. Yeah, don't want to mess anything up. Those 3, and then I have a few funded ones that are doing pretty well right now too, and I would just hate to take a stupid trade right now this late into my session. Hey, Richard. Morning. Good to see you. I was just about to hop off here in a few minutes. Now, NQ's getting a little skippy again, so, I mean, which makes sense. We're about 20 minutes away from the open, so. Yeah, Richard. Definitely. Nice. Congrats. That's awesome. A 300K. It's tough. First time on such a biggie. Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah, I had 300K evals one time, and it just was taking me so long. I got rid of those and went back to my 50Ks. That's awesome, Richard. Happy for you. Yeah, unknown trader. That's all you got to do. Just make sure you buy at the top, sell at the top. Don't buy at the top, sell at the top. You know, just time the top, sell, time the bottom, and buy. That's it. Nice. See, I even almost messed that up just saying it. Yeah, 40 tick take profit. So I posted in my Facebook group over the weekend a refresher video that Daryl made on simplifying LRE and simplicity. And it was a great video just to kind of have a refresher. And one that he did a couple years ago, webinar. And, you know, a couple things that stood out. You know, he mentions, so I don't know if y'all noticed, you probably didn't notice, but I have my LRE ATM here. And that's a 25 tick take profit for pre-market. My LRE that I normally do was 15 tick stop and 25 tick take profit. Then I switched it to a trail. And I told y'all I was trailing my LREs. But it kind of clicked to me. And there's a lot of times that I would hit 20 ticks, 25 ticks, and I'd give it back, trying to get a nice trailing trade. And they happen sometimes, but sometimes they don't. And then the way I trade too, I keep a tight trail, a tight stop. So even when they go 40 ticks, 50 ticks, I'm usually getting out with 30 something, 40 ticks anyways. So Daryl mentioned something in that video, and I posted in my Facebook group, the Future Sniper Beast community with Apex tools, that one. And it was a good refresher because he mentions that his LREs, you just go for a profit target. Like, don't trail them. And I'm like, oh crap. Here I am trying to trail these trades. Trail simplicity, of course, but the LRE. And he said for during market hours, you know, you typically go for 10 points, which I know that. But he said a lot of people, especially if you're not as great reading the market, go for around, 5 points on your LREs, even after the open. So it's a safe bet. So I'm like, okay. I am better at reading the market. So I went back to, that's why I was showing this. I went back to putting my profit target on here, my ATM with a target. And then if I take a trade and my target is, I see a different target that might be a little bit further away, I'll just adjust my profit a little bit. But I need to start just grabbing those scalps, that 5 points, 5, 6, 7 points when I can, versus trying to trail. Trailing was working good at one point for a little bit, but it's not always the case, right? So I don't know. It was just like a nice refresher. Yeah, yeah, Richard, it is a little bit agreed, because there's many times, 100% is, because there's many times, and that's why I did it, where it would hit my target, and it just keep going. And I'm like, I knew it was going to keep going. Why don't I just trail it? So, but my problem is, we know this, when you trail manually too, emotions come into play. So after the case, you're like, oh yeah, I could have trailed this. I could have done that. But when it's live, it's like, and you're up 25, 30 ticks. And there's been so many times where I'm like, oh, I should just close this, or I should tighten up. And I don't. And it comes back. And it's like, okay, well, I broke even. But I could have had a nice profit for the day. So yeah, completely is greed. Because I wanted more. And I like that. If you, like what Richard said there, he also lets it stop out, which is 100% what you should do. The only time I'm not going to let it stop out is if I have a target of, let's say, 25 ticks, right? And price is at 23.24. I'm not going to let it stop me all the way out for a full loss. So at that point, I'll move to break even. Other than that, yeah, let it go. Give it the full amount. You know, if you're risking 20 ticks, give it that full amount. If the trade is only up 5, 10 ticks, 12 ticks, don't move to break even. And I did that a while back a little bit often too. And then that's just a fear of loss. So if you just allow the money management to work, let the probabilities play in your favor, that's it. So yeah. Jeff, you know, DM Daryl, over the 3 years I've been doing this, anytime I've ever done anything else, I come back full circle to Daryl, whatever he said originally. And it's just like, you know, I guess I got to find out the hard way. Oh, man. And many of us do. And it's like, you know what? Maybe I should have just done it this way from the get-go and not ever changed. But I also, you know, sometimes you forget if you're not refreshing all the time, right? So like if you're not going back and watching videos, and it just so happened that I came across that video this weekend and was listening to it, and I was like, man, you know what? I need to get back to the basics. Richard, that's the best thing, probably. I mean, not probably. That really is the best thing. And, you know, walking away as soon as it enters a trade is a great thing too, because it removes emotions. The only downside to that is, of course, if some kind of technical issue happens, you won't be there. But if you could, if that was an option, you know, or just sit on your hands, that's just let the numbers work. Let the probabilities play out. Yeah, John, I created an auto trader as well before. Not an auto trader, an auto trail, where, like, for example, let me go here. If, let's say, I got in a trade, it would trail it every bar. And as soon as it got a reversal bar, that's where it would knock me out. I did that, but it wasn't worth it for me. Because sometimes it'd come up, knock me out. Sometimes it'd reverse quick and skip me. And it did some weird things if you trail too tight. But also, sometimes it was good, but I don't know. I guess for me, it just, like Richard said, keeping it simple and just having, I mean, it's simple numbers. If you have a win rate of over 50% and your profit, if your daily profit is at least the same amount as your loss for the day, or more is better, then you're just going to be profitable over the long term. I mean, just plain and simple by the numbers. Just let the numbers work. Yeah, that was game changer for me, Richard. That's actually what made me get into LREs. When Thrive came out, because a lot of y'all know I was like, I'm done trading. And then Thrive came out, and I said, okay, this is cool. And then John's section with those level 3s and 4s on LREs, man, that I watched that and I said, okay, I'm taking LREs. And that was history from there. And yeah, that's a great one to continue to go back and watch. All right, Vegas, I'll see you. Have a great day. Yeah, I need to hop off of here as well. So I just get going, you know, talking about this. I love talking about this. So yeah. All right, y'all be careful. Could get a little weird today, especially if this Credit Suisse continues to go down, and eventually if it goes bust or something, I don't know. Just be careful. Have patience. And yep, I'll see y'all tomorrow. And trade well, everybody. Y'all take care.